Hi, this is Lisa with Holland Designs Crochet. Today in the mail I received my copy or a few copies of Creative Fibre magazine. This is the March 2024 issue. And on the front cover is featured my Nordic throw. This is a crocheted blanket which I designed in 2021, and it was in my Afghan club that year, and it's also available separately as well. I'll put links to the pattern in the description box in case you're interested in the pattern. The pattern itself is not in the magazine, but it is just simply featured as the cover artwork this time. So I think it's really great to remember that when you work with fiber, whether you felt or spin or crochet or knit, that you are an artist. You are a fiber artist, and that's great to remember so that you take yourself seriously and you continue to hone your craft or improve your skills, learn new things, because you are an artist. I'm going to give you a bit of a look at the inside of the magazine in a moment, and also I'll read you an excerpt from my article. So I hope you enjoy having a sneak peek at this New Zealand publication produced quarterly by Creative Fibre, which is an organization here in New Zealand. I will read to you now a little portion of my article in this issue, Can Do Crochet Attitude. And this is the Bliss Afghan here, and also my modern Jacob's Ladder Afghan. So I do have a few other images in the magazine showing some of my patterns, and of course a picture of me and my girls. So let me just read a little bit of the article to you. Love is the best teacher, so they say, and the love of crafting and creativity is the spark of passion needed in any artisan. Many who knit, crochet, sew, embroider, etc. have learned from a beloved mother, grandmother, aunt, sister, or friend. The skills and know-how of handicrafts are often passed down from generation to generation, continuing a legacy of talent in a family. My mother was a Jill of all trades. She could do all things reasonably well. Sew by hand and with a treadle sewing machine, knit and crochet a little too. When I was very little, I used to help her darn socks using the old wooden sock darner. She also taught me how to crochet a chain when I was only 3 years old. I insisted that I wasn't too little, saying determinedly, I can do it. After that early start, I taught myself to read crochet patterns and learn from stitch instructions and diagrams printed in crochet magazines. I was hugely excited when my elder sister, Lori, gifted me a large rubbish bag full of all of her yarn left over from her projects. My crochet hook and I spent many fun days together dreaming and stitching, excitedly flipping through crochet magazines to find my next project. I would always look through my yarn bag to see if I had enough of whatever colors I needed. I didn't have money or a chance to buy yarn of my own. All these were the humble beginnings of my life as a professional crochet designer. And I often think back to that time when I was young, and if I could go back and tell myself that I would be a crochet designer when I grew up, I would have been overwhelmed with joy that I get to do what I love for a career and be a wife and mother. All these things, dreams come true for me. And the other thing is, when I was little, I didn't have, the money to go buy yarn or all these things. And often I would find crochet magazines or crochet hooks, maybe some yarn on occasion at a rummage sale. And that was absolute gold mine for me to find that at a rummage sale. Somebody else's trash was my treasure. And my daughter Adelaide, she is 11, and so she also has started to do some designing, and she's taught herself a bit of knitting and crochet. She's also an artist. She loves to draw and paint, and so she made a tiger for one of her friends at school. And the first thing she did was she drew a picture of what she wanted to create, and then she crocheted the pieces and also did some embroidery to make the stripes. So it's quite nice to be able to pass some of my skills down to her. She has her own talents, of course, and also she has access to my yarn and my hooks and some of the know-how that I have. So that's really, really nice for her. And I continue with the article with just some tips on how to be patient with yourself as you're learning, and also if you're someone who's teaching, to be patient with students or those who are asking for help, knowing that there's always frustration involved in learning something new. You have to get past the frustrations in order to continue to learn. And so same thing with teaching, can be frustrating as well, conveying something to someone else and communicating, especially because we all learn differently. So we all need patience if we're going to learn something and be able to accomplish it with great skill. And then on this page here, we have the crocheted poppy pattern. So this is also in UK terms on this side and American terms, US terms on this side. So I will also put a link in the description box for this pattern if you'd like to download the crocheted poppy pattern. It's a free download on from my Ravelry store. So I hope that you enjoyed having a little bit of a look at Creative Fibre magazine. A lot of it also is news related. Obviously there's some ads as well. So just interesting things about New Zealand in here. There's also a knitting pattern here from the editor, Catherine Jane. She made this beautiful poppy scarf, which is just a lovely design. This is knitted. So check that out as well if you are a subscriber to this magazine. And I hope you enjoyed having a little bit of a close-up look at some of the things in this issue. So I will put a link as well to Creative Fibre if you'd like to check out their website, maybe connect with them as an organization, find out about some of the events that they have going on. And even if you are maybe a tourist and you're coming to New Zealand, you can check with them and see when they're having some demonstrations. Sometimes there's event happening where there's spinning being done. You can learn to spin, fiber. You can also purchase some merino or something that someone has made. So definitely something that you'd want to check out if you're into the fiber arts.